Right, this is a fantastic subject we're going to be going through right now. This is all about your state, and this control of your state, the emotions and the state that you feel, to be able to control and switch them at the flick of a switch is priceless. This is just a fantastic lifesaver. This could actually save your life. It could save your marriage. It could save the way you shape your destiny. Being able to control the state that you're in and being able to change it easily. So I really want you to think right now where your focus is. Where is your focus right now? What's your current state? How are you feeling right now? What's going through your mind? What emotions are you feeling? What worries do you have? What fears do you have? What's going on right now within your mind? And I really want you to think about that. And if you're just relaxed at the moment, you're just chilling out, then what we really want to do is we really want to search within and think, okay, what negative emotions do we have that are not serving us, that are actually working against us? So some will have emotions such as anger, frustrations, jealousy. It's actually, you can end up with loads when you start. So you want to start to think about the negative emotions, and we want to pick one. So we want to pick one right now. We want to pick one. So let's just do this. I will make a separate video on going through an example of this, but for now, this is a methodology which works. So you think of the negative emotion that you want to overcome and that you want to beat, and you want to break it, you want to break the state, and then you imagine it. So you really go into this state. So let's take anger as the one that we're going to work with. So we start to imagine anger, and we start to imagine us feeling really angry. Go, just really imagine yourself angry and go to that place where you're so angry, and you can feel it increasing, and start to think about it, amplify it. Go there and think about the steps that you're taking to get there, to get to this state, to feel this way. Break it down step by step, both on a mental state and a physical state. How do you feel mentally and how do you feel physically as your anger increases and as you become angry? How do you enter that state in the first place? Start to think about this and write it down. Write down on one side the mental aspect, what you're going through in your mind, and then physically what's happening slowly, step by step, exactly what's happening. Detail it. Let's shine some light on this negative emotion. Let's analyze it. We need to do this to be able to overcome it. So we want to really, really get it to a place of amplification, really amplify it, make it massive, feel angry, get yourself to a place of 9 or 10, really, really high, and get yourself up there. And then what you want to do is you want to label it. Give it a symbol and a color or a shape, and really see it there. So separate it from yourself. The aim here is to separate this negative emotion from yourself, because you are not this negative emotion. You are not anger. You are not anger. And obviously if we're labeling it, we can label it whatever we want. I mean, you could call it silly, or you could call it you put your name after that, or the small, and then you put your name there, or you call it insignificant. That's long. I just put insignificant and then your name. Main thing here is you're labeling it and you're putting some sort of a symbol onto it, adding a color into it, really separating it from yourself and seeing it right in front of you now. You're seeing this negative, angry emotion right in front of you. You can see it there, and it even has a shape. So you've given it a ball. It's a spherical shape. It's a massive sphere, and it's there floating in front of you. And you want to start to reduce it in size, and make it smaller and smaller and smaller, smaller and smaller and smaller, smaller and smaller and smaller, And then you want to give it a smash, and it goes away, and it's gone into the distance, and it's gone, it's away from you, it's just no longer there. You can see it. I actually do this with my kids sometimes. If they start to act out certain negative emotions or states, I'll just talk to them, and I'll say, okay, this behavior is not you, so you're wonderful, but this behavior is unacceptable. So I separate them from the behavior, and I give them a label, give the behavior a label, and I'll give it to them normally in a bouncy ball, and I'll say, look, here's the ball. Here, imagine the ball. Give it to them in a nice red, pink, whatever their favorite color is. Here's a ball. Here's that bad emotion. Now I want you to throw that into the distance, and they'll go and throw it, and it's gone. Just like that, it's gone. So again, these sort of things take practice, and it's like anything. It's a muscle, a mind muscle, just like a body muscle. It needs constant practice and training again and again. So we want to distance this. So the first part is to really amplify it, think about this emotion, write down the steps to get into this emotion, almost like a blueprint for it for you, how you get into it, imagine it, really amplify it, get it really bad, then label it, give it a symbol, shape, color, whatever you can, separate it from yourself, make it really small and throw it into the distance, or kick it into the distance, or punch it into the distance. Whatever it is, get it away from you, because it's not you. Now, that's what you can do up until this point. Now, what we want to then start to focus on is a positive state, a positive and a state that actually served you, some sort of an emotion which is positive. So that could be anything, when you felt very proud, or when you felt grateful. Put these down. So proud or grateful, gratitude, loving. You felt loving. Another positive state would be feeling intrigue. When you're feeling intrigue, or you've achieved something, so it's success. When you felt success. So you really want to start to think of one of these, and in your lifetime you would have had a positive emotion. I mean, even recently you would have had something. So think of that time when you felt that positive emotion. Take time out, think about it. Again, go into the step by step, have a brand new sheet of paper. On there, again, the mental state and your physical state. Write it down step by step. What exactly happened? How did you get into it? Then what was going on? How was your body changing? How were you breathing? How were you feeling? Everything. Write it all down, and again, amplify it. Make it massive. Really feel it growing inside of you. Feel it growing inside of you. And at this point, what I like to do is I'd like to be able to create some sort of an anchor with that. So whilst you're feeling this feeling, you want to start to be able to associate it with something. So you can at this point start to tap on a certain part of your chest, or you can tap on your hand, or you can tap on the back of your hand, or you can tap on the side of your head. Whatever it is that means something to you, at that point you want to, whilst you're feeling that emotion, start to anchor it to something. So it could be you smacking your leg, or you so let's use the back of the hand as an example. So we're going to tap the back of our hand as we're feeling fantastic. We're just feeling this. Let's pick, we were feeling success. So we had some success, whatever that success was, we had this success, and we're feeling it, and we're amplifying it. And as we're amplifying it, we're feeling it, we're tapping the back of our hand on the third bone. We're tapping it, and we're feeling amazing. This is amazing. And we're anchoring it as we're doing this. And so have fun with this. So start to, really create that anchor. So now every time I want to feel that way, I just tap on the back of my hand, and I can pull that emotion back. Again, do it again. Okay, it's back again. All right. So, and then again, practice. So bring it back, bring that good positive feeling, really amplify it within yourself and anchor it again. Again, this is all about practice and doing it again and again and again, and really, really anchoring it to a certain point of yourself. Create that anchor so you can do what? Why is the anchor so important? So that at any point or any stage, it's easier for you to switch your state quickly. I mean, in the earlier stages especially, eventually it would just become easier for you and natural. But if you're feeling a negative emotion, at that point, you could just start tapping the back of your hand and you start to feel those good emotions. And it starts to you start to replace and switch from the negative emotion to the positive emotion. And again, this can be any emotion. So if you're feeling anger, might be difficult to go from, I mean, you can choose any emotion. So you go straight from the negative emotion straight to a positive emotion and have that anchor to go tap into. Again, so practicing here is just really important, because it's a new concept. With anything new, you're going to have to keep practicing it, and have fun with it. Have fun switching. So, just imagine a negative, even if you're not feeling, if you have some spare time, imagine that negative emotion. Imagine a negative emotion that isn't serving you. Pick it up, amplify it in your head, grow it. Maximum, it's about to burst, I can't handle it, it's really making me annoyed, or whatever it is. Boom, switch it. Let's have the positive anchor, the positive state anchored into wherever it was that you had it anchored, and boom, let's switch it. Now I feel positive. And this, if you keep switching between the two, and then let's go back to being, let's try another state. So we switch to another state, and then you could have, say, another state to the back of this arm or something, another positive state. So now we want to start feeling, we want to go from feeling success to feeling loving. So we want to feel the loving feeling, which we would have done the same steps with. So you would have, again, got the loving feeling by taking all the steps down, amplifying it, and then anchoring it to another part of your body. So it's always there as a reminder. So if you need to be able to call up on that state, boom, you can switch it. Quick, it can go. So anytime you feel yourself feeling these negative emotions that are just not serving you, say you're in an argument or whatever, you can very easily snap out of it as soon as you're creating this awareness with doing all of this. So start to do this. I will make a separate video to actually do a live example, and but for now, the information is here to be able to start applying change, and you can start changing your life right now with this. So go for it.